episode of the Seftimor podcast. Today, like we always do, a podcast audio version of one of my blog articles that I just released today, actually, which is called Chaos: How to Control the Uncontrollable. Why I decided to write this was because my demons of content creation got a pretty good reaction, so I wanted to follow that up and do this for how I'm going through things now and for people that might be going through the same thing as well. So for the past few weeks, they've been filled with chaos. If you guys know, it's the summer, which means the business, our family business, is crazy busy. If you don't know, I do work for a family business. We own 5 franchises, and with that comes a lot of responsibility. Being that I'm in charge of lots of different things, my days are always filled to the brim. And that's only if everything goes smoothly. If you follow me here on Mixer, where this is being broadcast live, then you know I had to take a few streams off a couple weeks ago due to going back into the stores. I'm a professional firefighter. Not in the actual sense, but in that I know when I wake up and my feet hit the floor, I will be dealing with 100 issues that day. One part of me gets overwhelmed by it, and the other part wants to be the one everyone runs to. One part of me gets super down and super upset with being the stress levels. I mean, just today I had huge migraine, and I can tell that my stress levels were high, and I try to keep that, in check. But on the other end of that spectrum, if there's anything in the business that needs to get done or any new venture, I'm the one that steps in. I'm the one that I say, let me do it. Let me handle it. The reason is I take pride in being face first with chaos and then coming out on the other side. Now, that doesn't mean I'm happy the entire time. My head goes to dark places, as you know from my Demons of Content Creation blog and podcast that I recorded a few weeks ago. But it assures me that I can take anything that life throws at me. It means I can become one with the chaos. Once again, this is the nature of the business we are in. We have times where things go smooth, and then we have times of utter pandemonium, especially in the summer with our business. It's hard finding people, it's hard maintaining people, and things, in busy times, things just shit hits the fan and you have to react accordingly. These times consume me either way. No matter what, this is going to happen. Whatever mode the business is in, that's what I'm going to be in for that time being. I want to make sure that when the chaos is surrounding me, that I am still in control of one thing I can be, which is myself. When we lose control of outside sources, we can still be in control of our own mindset. I can influence the situation or steer it in the right direction. But running a business will always produce chaotic situations. I wrote this because the one thing that we could always control is ourselves. We act to the situations. We can choose how we react to these situations. Now, this is the biggest battle that I have. This is the biggest thing that I struggle with, is to react accordingly and in the right manner. But this is why I'm writing. If you know what my website, my blog is, it's a journal. For me, be held accountable. And when I find these pieces of content that resonate with me and that I want to better myself with, I have to write it down to drill it into my mind, change that mindset, and to go in that direction. to keep myself accountable for the person that, not that I want to be, not only that I want to be, but that I should be. You know, I always, as always, I mentioned Gary Vaynerchuk, you know, kindness is ROI positive. There's no reason to be a dick, especially when these situations are out of control or uncontrollable. Not only that, but, you know, when you go home, it should be peaceful. That chaos, if you let it consume you, will follow you like a specter home and just wreak havoc in the household as well. Things I do to combat this chaos is eating as healthy as I can. I'm actually thinking about starting a very low carb diet, almost zero. Reading a lot with Jordan B. Peterson and things like that about this carnivore diet. So I might try it, because if there's one thing that I do, I try to eat healthy, but weekends come and, you know, sometimes it's a feast and all that. And I'm not as accountable as I should be. We all know that. Hitting the gym and some form of exercise. Like I said before in a past podcast, I feel that this is the best nootropic in the world. People are always asking, what pill can I take? Try weightlifting first. I post gym songs in the morning, which is totally against everything that I do, and that it's not positive. There's a reason for that. The reason is that I feel that the gym is a place to go face to face with the demons and go face to face with everything that's bothering you. And I like to listen to angry music. I like to listen to angry, just things with maybe depressing lyrics, or maybe lyrics of like, I'm going to be who I want to be. And I post these things. Sometimes I even get scared, because I'm like, that's not really who I am, but there are some of my beliefs in there. And I feel that it could help others. The reason why I post it is because I believe that the lyrics and the songs themselves could help others if they're in their own, at the gym, doing some form of lifting or some form of exercise as well. Making sure I get adequate sleep. I run a tight schedule here during the week because I get up at 5 o'clock to get to the gym for 5:30 in the morning. Don't want to get off, don't want to cut my streams short, but that's the thing. I mean, a big thing that plagues streamers or content creators in general is getting adequate sleep. And I maintain that strict schedule. People say no. I mean, viewers say don't get out, don't leave, don't end the stream. And I said, I got to. As of right now, I have a full-time job. I'm doing this on the side as much as I can. So that's a big thing that I definitely try to do each and every night. And just recently I started using the Headspace app to meditate, and that has worked wonders for me. I'm having trouble maintaining that feeling once I'm done with the meditation. But once I am done, immediately after, I do feel a calmness and a calmness to attack the day. So it's good when you're starting from, if you're talking stress or cortisol levels, it's good when you're starting from zero, more than you're on your way to work, you're thinking about work, you're thinking about the day, you're thinking about what you got to do that day. Before you even walk in to go face to face with this chaos, you're already stressed the fuck out. So once I pull into the parking lot for work, I make sure I get there about 20 minutes early, and I do 10 minutes of meditation every day. And it's definitely been helping. Today I did it, and I maintained it for quite a while. So it's like endurance or running or anything like that. First time you're going to be able to run for 30 seconds. The next you might be able to run for 2 minutes. And as you build up and build up and build up, next thing you know, you're running a 5K or a 10K or a half a marathon or whatever, as long as you stick to it. And I feel that's how it's going with meditating. I feel that your mind is a muscle just like any other muscle in your body. And I feel that I'm getting to that point where I could stop those negative thoughts from entering and then maintain what I'm doing, maintain that just that flow state of focusing on my breath, focusing on the sounds around me, and just being present in my body. And so far it's working wonders. I'm going to be definitely writing more about this, but let's continue, because that was a long ad lib there. These are basic everyday things that I need to do before doing anything. If I follow these bullet points above, I set myself up to conquer the day. I need to be as in control of myself as I can to put the fires out around me every day. Losing control of myself has been a battle for a long time. Finally, I'm starting to go with the flow of whatever that world throws at me. Just think of it as an ocean. You don't want to be battling the ocean you'll lose. Can't beat the ocean no matter how much you want, no matter how much you want to change it, no matter how much. But if you turn around and go with that flow of that current, it's going to be a lot easier. Besides doing what I described above, I am finding the comfort in not always being able to hit all my routines. So this is where I turn the article around a little bit. It's a flip side. My daily routines are a necessity to me, but I need to understand that the stars are not always going to align. A wrench will be thrown into my systems on the daily. This includes maintaining a level head amidst the chaos surrounding. The way excuse me. The way I'm currently dealing is to not leverage my happiness with perfection. The only way to succeed in this happiness journey is to set these routines in place, but not to be tied to them. A measure of my own mental strength is how I react when the pieces come tumbling around me. I am learning how to maintain the internal without allowing the external to derail me. Learning how to not have external conflict destroy me has been eye-opening. No matter the number of self-help books I read, podcasts I listen to, anything like that, without having the ability to be calm in chaos, fucked. This is where meditation, like I said before, has helped me so much. It allows me to observe my surroundings without putting investment into it, without investing that negativity. To allow myself freedom from chaos, I can't let my ego get in the way. The present moment is as it is, and my mental state will remain calm. The brain will fuck you over if you acknowledge every shitty thought that jumps into it. That's where meditation comes in. It allows you to be an observer of these thoughts. It allows you to watch these thoughts and to see them enter. And just like you're sitting on a curb watching traffic, instead of running into traffic, which obviously is not a good idea, you could let the traffic pass by and maintain your positive mindset. My mind always overanalyzes situations, and if I can't change it for the better, it'll go out of control. I have to be patient and maintain a positive mindset regardless of the external. Nothing is going to go as planned all the time. The best way to combat all this is to maintain that inner peace. I'm talking about the inner peace that is indestructible. The one that comes from inside. Not the ego-based one that is happy when reading motivational quotes or watching motivational videos on YouTube, or gets a like on his tweet or gets a like on his post. Talking about the one that is sustainable in the real world, where the real chaos exists. Reading a quote, watching a motivational video will help, but it'll only help if you act on it. It's not gonna help when shit hits the fan. It's like being on a sports team, which I know jack shit about sports, but it's like being on a sports team and all you're doing is watching review tapes of the other team. yet you never play against them. Or being a UFC fighter and watching your opponent's past fights, but never actually being in a fight. Meditation and calmness are who I am in my core. It's not just a band-aid. These two things will ensure that I can defeat any obstacle throughout my day and continue to put those fires out. Being present and calm allows me to see the world clearly and allows me to direct situations for the better. My default state is to be happy. I am making moves every single day to keep it that way. Learning each and every day, figuring it out. It's all about the process. It's all about the journey. There is no end goal. There is no end. But I'll be 33 in a few weeks on August 4th. If you think that there's an end game, there isn't. What it is can I look at myself at 33 and say I was better than 32? Fuck yeah, I can. Without a shadow of a doubt. And that's how you do it. People get afraid of being 40, 50, 60 years old. But at 60, you should be at least what we're talking about today. You should be a pillar of that calm energy. You should be like a master, this type of thing. And that's how I think. Humans are wired to remain calm 99% of the time. When we're not, you're throwing things out of whack. I feel that, at least this is me personal, not for other people. But I feel that, you can make that decision. It's black or white to me. Is it going to be positive or negative? When we lose our minds over the petty, we're not taken seriously. No one gives a shit about complaining, and I complain every fucking day. No one cares. Because the people got their own shit to deal with. You go somewhere and it's like that's all that you hear anymore. That's how conversation is. It's just, who can we shit talk or what can we complain about? But it's just because out of boredom, it's out of dumb shit, petty things. And we all look like assholes at the end of the day doing that. Remember, when I'm writing this and when I'm talking about this, it's because I'm critiquing myself, nobody else. And I share it to provide value to maybe someone who feels the same way as me or thinks the same way as me. At the end of the day, we're always alone with our own minds. Why not have our mental state be in the best form that it could be? Thank you everybody for listening. I hope you appreciated this. This was a tough one again for me to write because it's really bearing my heart and my soul out there, and I hope you enjoy it. I'll continue to do this just to provide value and help to other people. If you want to hear or read anything else, seftimorlive.com is where I write this. That's where they go up first. Podcast and video get recorded secondly. Medium is also an alternative spot where I do the blog posts. And then everything else is at Seftimor. Twitter.com, Instagram, Mixer, and the podcast, which is anchor.fm/Seftimor. And we record this live every time on mixer.com/Seftimor. And then my YouTube is like the blog, Seftimor Live. Please share this with somebody that needs it, because I'm sure there's someone that could use this. It's a struggle every single day, but we can choose to make it better. And by making friends and keeping positivity in your head, keeping positivity, those podcasts, make sure that listening to something upbeat. Make sure you're trying to meditate if you got the time. Share this with somebody that needs it, because this meant a lot to me. And you all mean a lot to me. So thank you again for listening. We are on Spotify now, so you guys know if you do have on Spotify, we are on there too. It's just the Seftimor podcast. But until next time, have a great evening. I'll talk to you guys again soon.